Wekiva High School welcomes you to Mustang Arena for JV Volleyball competition. Please welcome our guests for the very first time to Mustang Arena from Buena Vista High School. They are the Vipers. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs. We are underway here at Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, joining you for this JV contest as we again welcome the Vipers for the first time ever to Mustang Arena. And this is also the second to last home game of season 15, 15th anniversary season underway for the Mustangs. Very first season underway for Lake Buena Vista as they pick up an attack error there. And the Mustangs open up to a 2-0 lead over the Vipers. Service underway for Ashley Blanco. And that is going to go in. Viper kill by number 24, Asia Smith-Changyan. Service to the Vipers. And Sofia Sanchez has the first service. Service back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 11, Micaiah Blackman. Mustangs are called out, a service fault. Service back to the Vipers. Next in the rotation for LBV, number 24, Asia Smith-Changyan. Service back to the Mustangs. Linnea Preston now serving for Wekiva. That was intentional because she already had the ball, so I was only sending it to the TV. Service back to the Vipers. Up next now will be Taze Marrero. Soft serve to the center, and it's fielded there by the Mustang libero. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 13, Ixa Martinez, and she will serve next. Ixa Martinez with a service ace. And on the service error, service returns to the Vipers. Next in the rotation for LBV, number 2, Raquel Arque. Attack error by number 7, Noemar Alvarado. Now serving for the Mustangs, number 1, Brianna Beaton. Brianna Beaton with the service ace. Second service ace in the books for Brianna Beaton. Short service away, and a quick ball coming over. That is number 7, Nomar Alvarado with the Viper kill. Service back to LBV. Next in the rotation for the Vipers, number 5, Selena Aragal. Tip attempt there. Nice look from Ashley Blanco, but the Vipers are able to get it under control. Free ball coming up, and a miscommunication between Galbus and Beaton donates a free point to the Vipers. Free ball coming over to Brianna Beaton. She handles it easily. And there's the attack from Blackman. Free ball coming back to the Mustangs. An opportunity here to get a good solid attack in, and here it comes. Mustang kill by number 9, Cameron Holman. Service back to the Mustangs. Sophia Galbus serves as libero for the Mustangs. And a nice serve it is. Sophia Galbus picks up the service ace. And we'll pause for a timeout. The Vipers request their first timeout of set number 1. We'll be back in just a moment with the rest of set 1 here in the JV contest at Mustang Arena. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Parchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with you for tonight's JV contest. Mustangs out to a promising start, 12-6 in their first ever competition against the Lake Buena Vista Vipers. And the second service from Galbus is short. Service back to the Vipers. Next in the rotation for Lake Buena Vista, number 7, Nomar Alvarado. Alvarado with an ace. Mustang kill by Micaiah Blackman. Service back to the Mustangs, but first, checking into the game for Wekiva number 4, Abigail Abreu. And Wekiva returns to the top of their rotation with number 2, Ashley Blanco. Blanco with an ace. Micaiah Blackman with the Mustang kill. Attack error by the Vipers. Mustangs stay in control here. Now leading 16-8. A little more than halfway through the first set. Linnea Preston wins the battle at the net there with Taze Marrero. Mustangs extend their lead to 17-8. And here comes the serve from Blanco. Free ball looks like it's going out of bounds, and Ashley Blanco knows better than to get involved with that. Service away, handled there by Arago. And a ball handling error gives a free point to the Mustangs. The Vipers request their second timeout of set number 1. We'll be back.
And welcome back, Mustang Arena. Wekiva taking on Lake Buena Vista here tonight in girls volleyball JV. This is Keith Dickerson here helping Mr. Barciale. Steps away for just a moment. It's 19-8 at the moment. We got a volley going on here. Wekiva trying to make it 20, but Lake Buena's hanging in there. Some fingertips there, but Lake Buena was ready. Not quite ready to give up, but it's going to go out of bounds there. Right. And we got Ashley back on the serve here, and that's going to be an easy kill there.
Ashley Blanco with the service ace for the Mustangs, her second tonight. 21-8 the score. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with you for JV volleyball competition. That other voice you hear is Keith Dickerson, our broadcast production teacher, helping us out with the technical end of tonight's broadcast and also joining me on the microphone from time to time. 2 hits called against the Vipers.
I'll learn the difference in ace and kill eventually.
You know, when I started announcing here at Wekiva 15 years ago, there were a few sports that I actually knew all the rules to. Most of them, I was making it up as I went along. Ball handling error here puts Wekiva within 2 of claiming the first set. I have learned wrestling. I have learned soccer. I knew football and basketball pretty well coming into it. Girls lacrosse, I still don't understand. Micaiah Blackman on the Mustang kill, her 3rd tonight. Set point, Wekiva.
It's just hockey on grass, right?
Well, boys lacrosse, yes. Girls lacrosse, freeze tag with sticks.
Okay.
Nice looking attack there by Linnea Preston, but the Vipers managed to get under it. They'll settle for a free ball coming back the other way. Clever little dump there attempted by Blanco. That doesn't work, but that takes us to the end of set number 1. 25-8 is the final score of the first set, and the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead for the match over the Vipers. We'll be back here at Mustang Arena with the second set coming up right after the break. Lineup for the Vipers in service order. We've got serving first is going to be number 7, Nomar Alvarado. Second, number 8, Juanita Gill. Third, number 17, Valeria Madriz. Fourth will be team captain number 2, Raquel Arque. Fifth is number 12, Nicole Oliveira Mateo. And finally, serving sixth is number 5, Selena Aragao. As for the Mustangs, their first server will be Ashley Blanco, followed by Micaiah Blackman, Linnea Preston, Nizari King, Brianna Beaton, and Cameron Holman, with starting libero Sophia Galbus. Mustangs have the opening service of set number 2, leading the rotation once again, Ashley Blanco. And not an ace in the traditional sense, as the initial serving action is not really what got the point for Wekiva, but the ball handling error that ensued did. And so that unreturned serve will open Wekiva to a 1-0 start. Service number 2 underway for Blanco. Again, rough receive. This time they're able to get it under control, but the free ball coming back over is off target and wide left. So Wekiva opens up with 2 unearned points. Looking at the previous set, Wekiva had 4 kills and 6 aces. So that was 10 points earned, 15 points unearned. And the attack error there by Micaiah Blackman will return service to the Vipers, leading the rotation for Lake Buena Vista in this set. Number 7, Nomar Alvarado. Much better looking attack that time, as Linnea Preston picks up the first kill of the second set for the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 11, Micaiah Blackman. Service away. Little miscommunication. Vipers managed to recover, but they settle for a modest attack going back the other way. Good looking attack from Beaton. Vipers get under it. And Preston trying a little misdirection there. That really should have been Ashley Blanco's ball, but Nizari King didn't see her there, stepped backwards into it, and ball handling error will cause service return to the Vipers. Next in the rotation, number 8, Juanita Gill. Underhanded serve away, and a miscommunication there between Galbus and Blackman. Wekiva gets away with it, though, and the Vipers have an even bigger miscommunication on their side. Service returns to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 7, Linnea Preston.
Easy air ball there for Wekiva.
Yeah, you'll take the donations anytime you can get them. Of course, obviously, this is a very young program at Lake Buena Vista. Not only do we have young JV players, but also it is the first year that the school is in existence, as we get an attack error there. Checking into the game for LBV, number 1, Samantha Moran. Blanco with a diving dig there, sets up the attack from Cam Holman. Another attack from Holman, and they're going to call that 2 touches. It looked like maybe Lake Buena Vista might have gotten their hand on it, which would have excused that. But the official up on the tower had the best angle of anybody, and he said no, she did not. So that is 2 touches in a row, and it's an automatic point to the Vipers.
Wekiva's worst teammate there, the net. Sometimes it helps you.
Free ball coming over to Wekiva. Galbus wisely gets out of the way, makes way for Blackman. Now a miscommunication as Brianna Beaton hesitated on her way to that one. Thought somebody else was maybe going to step in and grab it, and then realized too late that it was on her. So the Vipers close to a 1-point deficit, 4 serving 5.
Madriz back up for Lake Buena here.
And the serve is short. Service back to the Mustangs. Checking into the game for Wekiva, number 13, Ixa Martinez. And she will have the next service for Wekiva. Martinez with the ace. Her first of this set, second overall. Service away, another good-looking one. Vipers managed to get under this, but they'll have to settle for a free ball coming back. And Martinez just didn't get a good angle under that one. Fouls it off down the first base line. Service back to the Vipers. Next up is number 2, Raquel Arque. Nice looking attack there from Brianna Beaton. Vipers barely get under it, but a swing and a miss from Valeria Madriz. Service back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 1, Brianna Beaton. Beaton with a service ace. That one was close. Samantha Moran had a good look at it, but thought that it was going to head a little bit farther to the left. Service away from Beaton. And a rough serve receive from number 2, Arque, will result in an ace for Beaton. That's her 4th ace of the match.
Got the fan club here, it sounds like.
Service wide right. Service returns to the Vipers. Next in the rotation for Lake Buena Vista, number 1, Samantha Moran. Soft serve, and it's going to get the ace. Samantha Moran picks up her first service ace of the match. I don't know whether she meant to do that or not, but it was a really well-placed serve one way or the other.
They're definitely shaking off the new car smell this game compared to the first game.
Serve is short. Service back to the Mustangs. Checking into the game for Lake Buena Vista, number 12, Nicole Oliveira Mateo. Service back to Wekiva, serving as libero, number 8, Sofia Galvez. Galvez with an ace. That's another one where the Vipers were caught napping. Thought it was maybe going to go out. Service away. This one's headed right to the middle. And the Vipers recover but settle for a free ball, and then a miscommunication between Galbus and Blackman will result in a donation to the Viper cause. Service back to Lake Buena Vista. Next in their rotation, number 5, Selena Arago. Service is short-lived, though. Service returns to the Mustangs, and they go back to the top of their rotation with number 2, Ashley Blanco. Service back to the Vipers. Checking into the game for the Mustangs. Number 3, Nazari King. The side out there was picked up by Raquel Arque. And next to serve will be Noemar Alvarado. Nice look there, and Mustang kill by Linnea Preston. That's a varsity level play right there. Don't be surprised if you see her on the varsity roster next season. She actually did briefly when there was some roster vacancies, needed to fill in the lineup. Linnea Preston did play a varsity game early in this season. Mustangs have a ton of seniors graduating this year. Almost their entire varsity roster is a replay of what we saw last year. The result of that, though, is that Wekiva's roster is made up of about 75% seniors. So Wekiva is going to be decimated by graduation this year. The good news is we'll have a lot to celebrate on senior night. The bad news is that the 2021-22 season is going to be a rebuilding year for sure. I mean the 22-23 season, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. As it stands, the Vipers request their first timeout of set number 2. We'll be back. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Wekiva has to like what they're seeing so far in this opening set and a half from the JV contest. Wekiva now 10 points away from taking the JV match. Vipers still trying to find their rhythm here. Some communication problems and just signs of youngness in their team. I mean, this is a program that can only grow, of course. One of the challenges for any new school is that they don't have seniors. Mustang kill by number 1, Brianna Beaton. Now, of course, that doesn't affect the JV team quite as much because the JV team would not typically have seniors on it anyway, but it does mean that you've got to take 3 class years instead of 4 and figure out how to spread them between your JV and varsity teams. And frankly, it's rather impressive to me in their very first year open that they've got a 12-person roster on their JV team. They actually have a fair amount of bench depth for a brand new program. So we'll look for even greater things from the Vipers as they continue to get their legs under them. Good looking attack there from Madriz. And the second one finds the mark. Raquel Arque with the Viper kill. Service back to Lake Buena Vista. Next in the rotation, number 8, Juanita Gill.
Definitely showing potential to lay the groundwork here, though, for a brand new school, new program. Can't imagine the struggles the coach has got to go through, recruiting and everything, along with enjoying the new school.
Back row attack. Point goes to the Vipers. Underhand serve away. Mustangs send it right back to the Vipers. Here comes the attack from Alvarado. And the Mustangs struggling, but they do manage to find an angle to get it over, keep it inside the aerial. This one shaping up much better. Good look there from Beaton. But Aragao gets under it. And then a miscommunication. That was rough placement by Blanco, putting it into no man's land. And then a miscommunication by the front row. Nobody gets there. Checking into the game for the Vipers, number 1, Samantha Moran. Beaton trying the soft touch to get it over. Much harder look there from Linnea Preston, and the Vipers just barely get under that one. Nice recovery there for Lake Buena Vista.
Fingertip there. Vipers catch Wekiva off guard.
Raquel Arquet with the Vipers kill. And we'll pause for a Mustang timeout. Wekiva requesting their first timeout of set number 2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Keith Dickerson from Wekiva TV Broadcast Production. And Wekiva up to a very promising start in the first set and a half. And then all of a sudden, things starting to unravel here for Wekiva. Vipers have started to get a little bit of rhythm and are now threatening to bring this back to a close match. They trail by just 3. And hoping to stay in this. Of course, JV is best of 3. So a win by Wekiva here would close the match. A win by the Vipers would send us into a tiebreaker. Service back to Lake Buena Vista. Next in the rotation, number 8, Juanita Gill. Nice looking attack from Brianna Beaton. It's handled well by Aragao, but Beaton comes up with the kill for the Mustangs. Service back to Wekiva and Linnea Preston. Nice work by Brianna Beaton there. Aragao had a good look at it, but had no choice but to send it into no man's land and couldn't get any help from her teammates there.
Preston knows she got lucky there. The hands were a little over. Didn't touch it.
Kill by Alvarado. Service away, and that one is handled by Blackman. Here comes a soft touch from Cam Holman. Rough pass there by Galbus, but Wekiva manages to get it over. Here comes Beaton. Got it! Brianna Beaton on the Mustangs kill. Her 3rd of the night. Service back to Wekiva. Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 13, Ixa Martinez. And she'll have the next serve. Martinez has 2 aces in the books tonight. Another one here would be most welcome for the Mustangs, but it is just a bit outside. Service returns to the Vipers, 16 serving 18 for number 2, Raquel Arquet. So at this point, Lake Buena Vista still has a little bit of ground to recover. They can't just keep trading serves with Wekiva because it is rally scoring. And Wekiva gets called for 4 hits there as Micaiah Blackman nearly throws it into the net. And now the Vipers have closed to within 1. Service is wide right Serve back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 1, Brianna Beaton. Beaton has the best overall performance of Wekiva statistically so far. She has 4 aces and 3 kills. And it does stay in.
Can add another one to that.
Brianna Beaton, ace number 5. Yeah, Brianna Beaton, of those 5 aces, I think 3 of them have been where it was very close to the line and Lake Buena Vista just did not take a swing at it. 6 aces now for Brianna Beaton.
Not sure what happened there. They just stared at it.
The Vipers request their second timeout of set number 2. We'll be back with the conclusion of the JV match right after this. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Keith Dickerson from Wekiva TV Broadcast Production, ready to take you through the last, what the Mustangs hope will be last 4 points of the JV set.
Getting a little cocky there.
Yeah, I wanted to caveat that. If you're a Mustang fan, you hope it's the last 4 points. Another ace in the books for Brianna Beaton. That is now her 7th.
Practice swing there. I assume you're allowed to do that.
Yes, that is legally permissible. Cam Holman sends it up high. And a miscue at the net by Moran puts the Mustangs to within 2. So a little bit of sweat from the Mustangs midway through the second set here as the Vipers started to knock on the door here, but Wekiva has an opportunity to close it out now. Brianna Beaton picks up her 8th ace of the match. Match point, Wekiva. So this is where the rotation really fits into your overall strategy. As Brianna Beaton, the best server on the JV team, is up to bat at just the right time. Brianna Beaton closes out the match for the Mustangs, picking up her 9th ace, and that closes out a 25-17 set score, and the Mustangs take the match 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out tonight to support your Mustang and Viper athletes. Don't go anywhere. If you are here in the arena, we will have the varsity game coming up in just a few moments. If you are watching us online on YouTube or the NFHS network, just be aware that the JV and varsity matches are each on their own live stream, so you will need to exit out of this live stream and then get into the varsity live stream coming up at 7:30. You may want to plan on being there around 7:15 for that.